Hey everyone, my name's Xavier, and welcome to Godhood, the roster management auto-battling God game. And I realize as I read that description of the game, that really does not describe it very... I suppose it does describe it very well if you know what it means, but I'll show off some gameplay here in a minute. But first, there's two reasons why I'm playing this game today. Number one is to announce that Bravo Wolf and I are doing our very first Survival Sunday stream on twitch.tv/Xwynns. Hopefully this is going to be a recurring theme, every Sunday being dedicated to survival games. This week we're doing 7 Days to Die, and we're going to try a pretty hard scenario and see if we can avoid dying. If you guys are interested, link in the description down below. Will be starting as this video goes live this Sunday. The next reason I'm playing this is because a long time ago, before I even had a YouTube channel, I played this game up here in the corner called Reyes by a game developer called Abbey Games up here on the left. It was their first game, I believe, and it was incredible. It was just a fantastic experience, and the memory of that fantastic experience stuck with me all these years later. So I wanted to feature this game because it's currently in early access, as you can see down here in the bottom on Steam, but it should be complete pretty soon. There was just a couple of days ago a large addition to the game where you can create your own religion. So we'll jump into that and see what that's all about. I've got about 2 hours into the game, so I'm not a master of it, but I know enough to carry you guys through to see if you like it or not. Now, one thing I really want to point out before we get in is just look at how subtle and good this entire menu is. As I move the mouse around, you can see a shadow behind Godhood just moving. It says Godhood itself, but it's just such a subtle detail that most game developers wouldn't bother to put in. You can hear the super airy sounds in the menu here as things scroll by. It really feels like you're looking into the heavens, which is what the game is all about. Also, you can see down here, this is so subtle, but these boxes, they're not solid lines. They're like almost ragged paper outlines, and there's a really soft air noise as I scroll through here. They think of every little detail they can think of to make the game feel fun to play and immersive. But that being pointed out, in we go. Yeah, look at this. We fall down from the heavens to decide on what kind of god we're going to be. It's just a well put together game. Whoever does the art on this game, he's just really good at what he does, or she does. In any event, we can be a serene god or an ambitious god. I'm going to go with ambitious. Basically, I think this is like a hardcore mode. And of course, I'm going to play on impossible. I've got at least 60 minutes of experience, so I think that qualifies me for the hardest level of difficulty. And here is where we get to customize our god. How should we be addressed? I'm going to call us the Holy Butted. What is our religion called? The Knowing? I would call it the Butted. And what are your worshippers called? I'm going to call our worshippers Butter Boys, because that makes perfect sense. How do you want to be addressed? As a god, my style is dark, and our colors will be fire red. Now, I'm going to customize our god here for a minute. There's a lot of different options, as you can see as you scroll through, and you can change the color of these things quite a bit. Different eyes, different hats all over the place, arms. I have one specifically in mind, but it'll take me a while to get it put together. What the heck is this? So many options. Anyway. Behold, Lord Butted from on high. That is a fancy look. Let it be known that we are Lord Butted. God, what a great, just a great fadeaway here. For as long as there have been people to believe, there have been gods to vie for their attention. The Holy Buttered is one such god, destined to claim their place in humanity's hearts and minds. They would start with a single soul, destined to become the first prophet of the Butted. I am the Holy Butted. From nothing, the Holy Butted appeared before Akola, Akola renounced their faith in the old god, Quetzalcoatl, and placed it in the Holy Butted instead. First, the Holy Butted taught Akola about what is right. What is right? Choose a commandment. We can do... Ooh! Did you guys know? That was just very subtle. You go war and everything just kind of fades. Luma key fades to red. And then over here, peace is green. Chastity's blue. Lust is hot pink. And, well, I guess like madness is also pink. These ones aren't added yet, by the way. Generosity and greed, I believe, because it's still in early access. So some of the things aren't quite hooked up, they said, in the game profile. Regardless, we're going to be a god of war, because war is right. I like how it drops you down from the heavens to the planet, essentially. It's like it's telling a story through transitions. The elders who worship the ancestors considered this idea to be dangerous. This will only lead to destruction and agony. They could not see how they were wrong in opposing the Holy Butted. A sacrament was called to determine who was right. Prepare for the sacrament! Now this is the auto battle of the game. Basically you go through and you do a lot of these different auto battles. This one we lose immediately. This is the story one. Yep. One hit with a leafy branch and Akola's on the ground. Lord Butted looks down upon Akola. I like the way they make this here. It's like, she's looking up, Lord Butted's on high. She's like, what have I done, Lord Butted, to offend you? Very subtle, but also amazing. In any event, let's continue with the story. The elders were resolute in their judgment. Akola and a few followers were banished from the old city. Before leaving, Akola prophesied that one day the Holy Butted would come back and conquer the old city. One day we will return. Akola continued to travel for days with the exiled. The people were growing tired and hopeless. Finally, on a fertile and lush terrace, the Holy Butted spoke again. This shall be the Holy Butted's holy site. I think I needed at least 2 more holies. Oh my god. Anyway, so what just happened in that battle is like Akola was a member of that town and the elders defeated her and kicked her out because she's talking about the new religion she's formed called the Buttering or whatever the heck it is we're calling it. In any event, one thing I want to point out here, it's very, 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 very subtle, but you see the light moving around here at nighttime when I move the cursor? And also the light actually interacts with the objects in the background very subtly. Like, look, this thing's not moving that much normally. Move it over here. It moves a little bit with the wind, but then I move and it's just moving a little bit more. It almost makes you feel like you're a god on high, looking down and interacting inadvertently with the world around you. In any event, we need to assign disciple. We're going to choose Akola, because that's the only person we have right now. What Akola is going to do now is gather butter boys. This is the symbol for the butter boys. And it's going to take 3 days to complete that. So this is apparently Chapter 1, The Age of Darkness, before the Holy Butter was brought to light. So here, let's first take a look at our resources. Up on the top left, we have 10 butter boys. That's what we start with. Amount of butter boys tribute added per season, it's 10. Up over here, we have ritual offerings. I forget. I think you can get these by both building buildings where disciples work in them, and also from capturing them from other tribes. And then we have materials, which I believe are the same thing as rituals, just used in different ways. And over here it says, as a god, you only control resources that are sanctified by the sacrament. Win the sacrament to earn these resources. If you lose, you still gain 50% of your tribute. So these resources add up over time down in here, but we don't actually get them until we go do that auto battle that you guys had just seen, only we have to win it, and then we get all of this loot. If we lose the auto battle, we still get some of it. However, some conditions can make it so that we get none or more, or etc. Up over here on Akola, I'm just going to take a quick look. We can see on the right, Akola's taking 3 days to gather butter boys. You can see Akola's statistics here. First, she's very ecstatic. That's because she's enthusiastic and has a deep bond, being the original disciple of the butter, the holy butted. Also, we founded a new religion, and she's glad that war is a virtue. If I click on our character here, we can actually go into far more detail than I want to get into right now. I will say one of the more important things is the totem that every disciple has. Looks like Akola here has the bloodthirsty. What this does is it gives you bloodlust. Small chance to follow up with a learned violent ability. When an ally's physical damage ability... I think it's when it's supposed to say trigger. Oh, there we go. When an ally's physical damage ability triggers. Doesn't work all that often, but it's just additional damage, essentially. Over here is all the abilities we have. These are repeated because when you actually get into the battles, you roll basically a 1d5. So if you roll a 2, you would do a Merciless Strike. 3, you do a Merciless Strike. But if you roll a 1, you do a Rend. We'll get more into this later. Let's just actually play the game to see what's going to happen here. Just wanted to point out there's a lot of different statistics and abilities for each of your followers. And there's a lot of different combos as well as to how you build your teams who go out to fight between the miracles and totem and other such things. Oh, and one thing I should point out is that you can really customize these fellows quite a bit. Almost as much as you can customize your god if you really wanted to, including even editing the voice pitch. Yahe, hiyo. Isn't that weird? It's the same voice type, but just extreme pitch changes, and you can copy and paste the sequence if you really like it. Never seen a game do this before, but it's pretty cool, I will say. Anyways, we'll keep this as it is, and let's move on. We need to select our religion development. Now, this is new as of just a day ago. I haven't actually seen this yet. Choose how your butter boys shall develop the butted. All right. We already have war. I guess this is basically the talent tree for our chosen religion. It says down here, these choices are mutually exclusive. You only get to pick one. We can give into savagery, or we can aspire to valor. Giving into savagery comes down here. Aspire to valor comes over there. I'm going to go into savagery without even really reading it too much. I do know that savagery gives us might totems on new people that we recruit. We'll set that as the development. Now, to get this, we need 100 butter boys. And it says right here that once we get it, disciples will be recruitable with might. In any event, that's all we can do for now. It's currently year 0, season 1. Every year has 3 seasons. All right, plus 10 butter boys in the season. Fantastic. Now, we don't have them yet. We still have our 10. But we're working on it as getting additional tribute for the sacrament. Day 2, we did the same exact thing. We gathered a whole bunch more butter boys for the tribute. Boom. A new dawn. Ehekatl prayed at the holy site center. They collected new butter boys. The holy butted commands, I shall take heed of their faith in me. 2 disciples in awe of this prayer pledged themselves to the butted. They were young Ehekatl and Marali. They too wanted to partake in prayer at the holy site center and collect butter boys. Yeah, collect butter boys! Gain butter boys to increase your god level and unlock new options for your religion. I will inspire more disciples to pray to me and gather butter boys. Being a young god, it might be prudent to learn how to develop and manage your religion. We recommend you read any tutorials marked New Feature Tutorial to learn about features introduced in the latest update. Okay, I have not actually seen this crystal skull. That's a new thing up here. And the religious developments, I think we just started getting into now. Tell me about the crystal skulls. Over generations, the butter boys have collected 6 crystal skulls. Not even you know exactly how the crystal skulls came to be, but all mortals agree. The more crystal skulls a religion controls, the more powerful its god. A crystal skulls must be sacrificed each sacrament. If your religion loses a sacrament while out of crystal skulls, you lose the game as the butted crumbles. The butters will never crumble. Sacraments marked with the skull icon will earn you new crystal skulls. All right, so basically, it's just like a token ticketing system for going through the battles. Sounds good to me. Now we have 3 different disciples. You can see these ones are far less enthusiastic. They're still pretty enthusiastic. They're happy. They're not ecstatic, though. Happy and happy. Let's take a quick look at their characters. This is a totem of the dog. Talent, might, major. Over here, we can see this one as a totem of the pig. Talent, health, major. You can see all of their 4 stats here. I'm not going to read through everything. I just want to go and show a fight, because I've been talking for a very long time here. We haven't even shown the basics of the game. We can see over here, this character, though, inexperienced and too nervous to act. So basically a 20% chance this character will do nothing from being a noob. We can attack, so 40% chance of that. And a 40% chance we will condemn our foes, which basically just does damage based on charisma, okay? Ekahatl has the exact same setup, and Akola is going to be carrying us mostly with the damage. This seems fair enough to me. So, let's come down here and take a look at the world map now. And you can see the world map. It's actually not... It's not too... Oh, this is another little detail. Look at this. As I move the mouse, the clouds part. As if I'm looking down from on high. Get out of the way! Isn't that cool? Whoever's seen a fog of water map that you, as a god, can you just push the fog out of the way if you want to. It's a stubborn fog, but subtle details. In any event, we're down here. We can move up here if we were to want to. This is the southern jungle. Currently, our attribute is only at 45 butter boys. So if we go here and we win the sacrament, we will gain those 45, or we can spend more time building up more tribute here before we go. Let's see. Our tribute is 45 butter boys. Their tribute is 50 materials and construct a building. So if we win, I believe we get our tribute and their tribute. Yes, gain both tributes. If we lose, you gain your own tribute, but they take half of it. So is now really a good time to come up here and fight these guys this quickly? Not sure. This is what they have. So basically, we build a team of 3 characters. We only have 3 characters, so this is obviously pretty simple. We can see they have an Acolyte, Power 5, an Acolyte. They all have a stick. Their offense and defense, morale damage. I can't honestly tell you specifically if we're going to have an easy time of this or not. It looks like yes, because they have the same basic setup here as these, as Morali and Hekatal. However, we have a Kola to carry us to victory. I reckon that we can do this. And indeed, I think I'm going to. Let's put all 3 characters in. So the top white bar here is our hit points. Now, I don't believe this heals naturally. I think you have to rest back in your town once you built a place to rest. After that, you can see our miracle charge progress. So as we go through more sacraments, this charges up, and we can use that to perform a miracle. Down here, some characters have super bonuses, I guess we could call them. Dark represents the void and space between worlds. Deal more damage to nature, but weak versus life. So none of these characters have either nature nor life. As such, I don't believe Dark's going to come into play whatsoever here. You can see up here, this character is an Executioner class of a power of 8 right next to it. This will become familiar over time. Down here, we have an Acolyte, power of 4, Acolyte, power of 4. And that's roughly equivalent to their 2 Acolytes, power of 5. Here's the abilities that everyone can choose from every battle randomly. And lastly, down here we have special abilities on Akola, Ignore Kindness, and also Bloodlust, as we already talked about before. This is going to cost us 1 Crystal Skull, but I'm pretty sure we can pull it off. Odds, challenging. Both sides are compelling. Anything might happen. We have 32 combined hit points. They have 30 combined hit points. We can do it. We'll gather the Butter Boys. There goes a Crystal Skull. I like the ding. All right, we just randomly rolled Ren there. Did she just say, ha-ha, a puny? Look, they're condemning us with their words. Ah, now one of the things we can do is defend. Ooh, big merciless strike there. Condemning this one with our words. They have been fallen. The pagans have been dominated by the Butter Boys. Your disciples grow more experienced. Akola now has halfway of her progress towards a miracle, and Ehekatal can now unlock a class as opposed to just being an acolyte. Let's go do this and see what it's all about. Okay, it looks like there are 6 total classes here we can choose from. We have 3 that are favored. And we have Executioner. Boy, is that a lot to read through. Over here we've got Chieftain. Whoo, lots to read through. And over here we've got Beast Walker. Again, lots to read through. Down here, there's these are not favored. I'm not specifically sure what the difference between favored and not favored is. But there's Rage Prophet. Look at that, huge! It's bigger than him. We also have Harbinger, and additionally we have Guardian. Now, you only have 3 characters, and I know you can combo these guys into doing certain things. Guardians are good at defense, obviously. We already have an Executioner, which is a Kohler up there. So you have 1 character for defense, 1 for attacking. You could have 1 who's just a chieftain for various buffs and whatnot. There's a lot of depth to this game, shall we say. I think I'm going to go with Guardian. I know it's not favored necessarily, but I'm not going to play this campaign. It's more just a show-off video, and the Guardian will be an interesting thing to show off in the next battle, how it works as far as their defensive abilities in combo with the Executioner abilities. Miracle is now charged on Ehekatal. But you can rename these characters, by the way, which I should probably do, but... Mission success. On the whole island, people speak of a new belief. We gathered our reward, and we gathered their tribute. So 45 Butter Boys, which is a huge increase since we only had 10 before. And we also gathered 50 materials. New god action, construct a building. Very nice. Back to the heavens, where we reside. And we will now level up ourselves. As the Butter Boys flocked together, the buttered grew into a small circle. It sounds like, to the heavens! Ye mighty shall listen to my words! Also, we flocked into a small circle. It's the origin of a religion. Every religion has a beginning. The first miracle. In their sacrament victory, some disciples gained a miracle charge. These disciples are ready to perform a powerful miracle. But miracles cannot occur just anywhere. Your disciples want to construct a new holy places, important to the faith, where they can enact miracles. I will erect an important place where miracles are performed. All right, then. Now you can see our base is getting a little bit bigger here with more people living in it. We need to construct a building. We have a lot of options here. We have resources, the materials gatherer, and the offering stockpile. Additionally, we have miracles. Storytelling circle, meditation site, prayer site, farmlands, hunter's lodge, herders, huts, temple of war. Later on, we can get purification, which is gardens and pledging altar. Interesting. Transcendence gives you a steady sunstone. And lastly, sacraments, symbol of mental fortitude, physical fortitude, and the Colosseum. Interesting. So we do have the ability to perform a miracle. Which one do we want to do? Currently now we have 45 Butter Boys, 100 ritual offerings, and 50 materials. Okay. This is how this works. Each one of these sites...
If we spend time there, it gives the storyteller...
This one will give a storyteller miracle. That will improve the disciple's charisma. This one will give the hermit miracle, which improves the story's...
Or no, sorry, this improves... Damn it, let me just restart.
Start this. Bravo Wolf, edit it! So here's how these work. This is the storytelling circle. If we send a disciple there, they'll learn additional charisma. This is the meditation site. Sending a disciple there, they learn knowledge. The prayer is devotion. Farmlands is might, and that's the one I'm going to do, but there's also one here for cunning and one for health. I want to go full might. We'll place a farmland, I suppose. I have no real idea where I want to put it. How about right here? Now, we need to choose a job for our characters. We can choose to perform a ritual or a miracle. Let's choose Ehegatal. Ehegatal, as the farm miracle, levels up and gains might. Alternatively, you could come here and permanently increase might by 1, but it would cost us 50 of the ritual offerings. Let's just do the miracle, so boom. You can see here as I click on the farmlands, there's additional upgrades here we can purchase later on. Furthermore, it tells you more about what the farm does, who's here, how long they're going to be there, and the miracles going on. So we can't have Akola come over here. The site is already full. We'll just have Akola gather more butter boys. Oh, wait. You cannot inspire more than one disciple at once. Oh, I didn't realize that. I think they changed this from before, because I had 3 in the last patch. Interesting. Okay, well, with that being the case, there's not a whole lot left to do. Let us spend the time we need to gather up and train. Several butter boys travel to the holy site, eager to become your next disciples. You may summon these initiates and determine who is worthy enough to become acolytes of the butted. Each disciple requires an amount of your worshipper support, so take care when making your selection. Summon the initiates! Alright, recruit disciples. Yes, the town shall gather for the great butter tournament. Look, they're all clapping. Summoning initiates, level 1. Click to reveal. Look at it, everyone's super excited. They all came over, they're all cheering. Everyone, I love it. Quick to reveal Topple. He's strong-bodied. Boom! Topple is 25 ritual resources, I believe, and his totem is the pig. Quick to reveal Montezuma, the strong-minded. Montezuma is the same cost, but the totem of Parakeet, which is charisma. I'm going to go for health, because I think it's going to be a little bit better for us, I believe. Actually, we have 2 slots available. We can get both if we were to choose. And see all of their stats here. Favored classes, Guardian, Rage Prophet, etc. I think we'll initiate both of them. The people are satisfied and remember your magnificence from the last sacrament. Now, normally we probably should have built the base up a little bit and then done the sacrament, but I felt I really wanted to show the battle as soon as possible. Let's go do another sacrament in the very near future here, though. Yes, the people are excited to witness your glory. A perfect moment for a sacrament. Plus 25 awe points. So if I wait again, the people will become impatient. Do a sacrament to prove your glory. Bad things might happen. And if I wait again after that, in 2 seasons, the people will be doubting. They say the Holy Butted has left us. Do a sacrament to prove them wrong. I think we're going to wait one more turn because I want to see this miracle pop here. Even though we could have gotten more awe points. The Holy Butted, please. I want to be part of the sacrament. Give me the sign. Akola must take part in a sacrament to feel like their prayer has been answered. I'll consider it, Akola. The Butter Boys talk in hushed tones. It's been so long since the Holy Butted showed the sacrament sign. Topple reassures them of your might, but you feel a growing doubt in his heart. They will understand my magnificence soon enough. A farm miracle has been performed. Ehegatal blessed the lands of the Holy Butted's name. When the harvest came, the yields were ripe and delicious. A true godsend. Believe and I will provide, my minions. Ooh. That's so cool. Just the way everything flies in and rotates and the sound effects and people cheering. Oh, just what a beautifully made game. Even if you don't like the game, you can probably appreciate the level of, what should I call it, artisanship that went into making it. In any event, we now have a new ability. We have lost the fact that 20% of the time we were going to be a coward boy. Now we have Shield Bash. Deal physical damage and increased chance to block. Stun, 50% chance to stun the target. And look at that total damage. That's a lot. We have an 80% chance, though, normally to just do a bash. Blessed be Ethicatul. And lastly, the time has come, boys. The time has come to spread the teachings of the Holy Botted. What's up here, by the way? Crystal skulls are available here. Okay. You can see from this big icon, and also a god levels up there. Let's do this one. Now, what do they have? Wow. Okay. We'll have to pay a little bit more attention. I'm not ready for this. So if we win, we level up and we gain the 40 butter boys in the tribute. If we lose, we gain 20 butter boys. So they have a level 8 or a power 8 acolyte. So they're not that strong. They don't have any special bonuses or abilities of any sort. However, we have only power 4 acolytes. Actually, Montezuma's power 5. Now, they have a weaver. The weaver is power 13. That is way stronger than anyone we have. And the weaver is dark. However, we are also dark. It looks like Ehegatal is life. Ah, the weaver deals more damage to nature, but is weak versus life. So Ehegatal actually having life will be much stronger to this. That is good. That is the only way we might win this. Don't forget, Akola was praying to be involved in a sacrament. And lastly, I suppose, we'll take Montezuma because his power is slightly higher. In total, we have 25 hit points. They have 45. They do 3 morale damage with their offense. Their defense is 1 physical and 1 morale. Interesting. I'm starting to understand what these icons mean a little bit more clearly. This is going to be very hard. A miracle must happen to convert these heathens. And so a miracle shall be done. By the way, guys, this is way more difficult than it was when I played it a couple weeks ago. Like, this patch has changed a lot. Yes, for war, Hekatal! For... I am ever vigilant. Form the wall. That's his special ability, by the way. He heals. Nice wall. Woo. I'm gonna... Woo. Oh, we rolled nervous. Wow. 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 When I played this before, I just steamrolled like the first 4 towns. Looks like the difficulty has been massively increased. I am a fan. Ambitious prayer answered. By sending Akola to the sacrament, you have answered her prayer. She is filled with pride and newfound faith. Well done, Akola. I should have named you Akoliuriel. Sometimes a mission fails. Take lessons from the failed mission and try to improve your chances. Gain more XP and perform more miracles to permanently improve your disciples. Prepare yourself with sacrament rituals. Look for opportunities in the world to increase your power, and remember, setbacks are part of life. Interesting! So we didn't get their tribute, and we only got half the butter boys that we had amassed. So we're not completely out of the game, but there's a lot of different things we could have done. Must reach God level 4 to build these stockpiles. Yeah, they changed that since the last time I played this. Must reach God level 4, God level 6, God level 3, 4, 3. Yeah, things are quite a bit different this time around. Interesting. In any event, now that we, I believe, we can only assign the 1 disciple. Last time I played, there were 3, so they're doing quite a bit of balancing. The game is still in early access, as you can see. I'm impressed. Last time I thought it was way too easy, and this time I just got steamrolled on my second attack. I could have dealt with a lot more planning to handle these guys. Let's put a cola maybe in for additional might. Not that it's really going to help us too much. Now that I understand the basics, you can also see our guys are not healing. We need to build a room where they can heal. Here's my big plan. Fear ye not, boys. I understand you are all doubting. But we now have 50 butter boys in tribute pool. Even if I lose, we'll get half of them, and we will give in to savagery. And from there, we shall rise anew. Fear ye not, I will not let you go darkly into the night, as they say. Boy, we are so far from prepared to defeat these guys. We will try, but once more, very hard. We have less hit points now than before. I am ever vigilant. We can at least heal with Ekatal. That's good. It's only 4. He's gonna get hit for 10 every time. Not too bad. Boom! Okay, all I need them to do... Yes, boys! Dominated with skill. Okay. I'm very, very, very pleased this game is actually difficult on impossible. Very pleased. Holy bananas, that was insane. Favorite class, Chieftain. Montezuma the Chieftain. That makes perfect sense. Let's just confirm it. Amazing. Miracle charged. Awesome. Our god has leveled up as well. Whoo! Alright. Give in to savagery. Crack their skulls in the name of the Holy Buttered. I love the fires in the background, too. Unlocked a new initiate type. When picking new initiates to become disciples, you will also get initiates from Savage. Savage disciples will be recruitable when using recruit new disciples. These disciples have totems with a talent for might. And into the heavens. Look at that fadeaway. It's beautiful. As the Butter Boys flocked together, the Butted grew into a spiritual circle. Not a rabble of boys in the street anymore, are we? It looks like this is the second of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 progression tiers. We've unlocked the study, gain extra miracle experience. We've unlocked the material gatherer now, which we can use to gather materials. Our assignment slots have increased by 1. That's great, so we can have 2 disciples doing something at a time. And we can now build the gardens, which is where we can recover our hit points. And after that battle, whew, that's a very good thing. Actually, Akola did just regenerate a little bit of hit points there. But very, very, very few it was. Yeah, materials gatherer, that's nice. I can't afford the gardens because we don't have any materials whatsoever. And that means I can't heal there. Well, I am playing Impossible, so that's my own fault. Put this event over there. Now we could assign 2 different people to doing different things. We could now work in the materials building. To gather materials, it'll take 3 days based on faith. Interesting. So we could put the most faithful person there, and that'll help out quite a bit. That being the case, let's send a cola in there. Not quite sure how much we'd gather exactly. Plus, a cola currently doubts us. But in any event, there you guys go. Religious development. We've gained, given to savagery. We have 4 different options. Blood bonds. New initiates will now have a 25% chance to gain blood bonds. Plus 15% damage to ancestral abilities. Plus 50% additional chance for initiates from Savage. Interesting. Purge the Weak. New initiates will now have a 25% chance to purge the weak debuff, plus 15% damage to dark abilities. Take war captives. Plus 100 ritual offerings tribute. Captives uprisings will very rarely occur. Requires spending resources to stamp out. Interesting. And martial religion. Plus 1 might for the following miracles. Farmlands. Ooh, we have a farmlands. Interesting. Yeah. So, as you can clearly see by now, the name of the game is growing your town here, getting a little bit more disciples. It's kind of fun to customize them, give them better names, give them voices. I could see myself actually enjoying this quite a bit on stream. And plus, the game's not even close. Well, I guess it's pretty close to done, but it's definitely not done yet. In fact, this god tree here is brand new as of a couple days ago, and it is quite substantial. There's a different talent tree for each different type of the 7 original god. Not sure. They're not sacraments. I forget what they're called. Just religious decisions. You can see here a lot of the map has opened up, and we have options now, having come to this land. We only have 0 skulls remaining, though, so that's less than fortunate. If we lose again, we actually lose the game because we're on impossible, and that's how that works. We can come over here to the Wood Island. Better tribute 25%. It matches 25% of my materials. Interesting. So if I was stockpiling materials, I could have them increase my own. Over here, all disciples receive 1 experience point. And the reward over here is 3 crystal skulls. And then lastly, this is where I think we were kicked out. This location is relevant to your current quests. Indeed it is. You know what? Maybe I'll actually try to do this, and we can just edit to the next sacrament, and Bravo Wolf can make some snippy snips, and we'll retake our town, and we'll spread the knowledge of the Holy Butted. All right, well, I've waited many, many more turns than I would have liked, but Akola has performed the farming miracle, and now has War Reaper. Deal dark physical damage. Total damage 16 to 18. Bonus might plus 4. Whoo! That's amazing. Even her base abilities now do 13 to 15. Teach said passive. Wait, choose a new passive ability. Oh, this is a new one. I didn't realize that. Okay. Might plus 2 or cunning. Let's go for might. Blessed be Akola. Awesome. Super, super, super awesome. Now this is 18 to 20, and even our regular attacks are 14 to 16. Woo. We've also answered her prayers by allowing her to perform a miracle. Akola did good, boys. Everyone is very down, dismal down, but Akola is happy. Now is the time to lead the charge. We're going to have to come over here. Now, we can't do these missions because they're repeatable and we don't have any more crystal skulls. We're going to have to do this one here and see if we can come in. Now, this character has life, and Montezuma has ancestral, which deals more damage to life. So my thinking is, let's put Montezuma in the front here. Now, you can knock out individual characters, but what matters is defeating the enemy's team's awe points before you lose your awe points. Now, they're going to do simple songs that have a total damage of 8 to 9 because they're based on charisma. Interesting. And these other ones are just going to do basic 4 to 5 condemn. So, not a huge amount. Let's get Akola in here as well. I think Hecatao will actually be fine here. He'll heal himself up. Very hard, boys. Very hard. Costs 1 crystal skull if we fail. Also, apparently one of them was doing a ritual, but that's okay. If you lose this sacrament, you lose the game! War never changes! Ah! Yes, Hecatao. Wallop. Oh my god. Oh, but we hit for 19. Okay. As long as they don't get to go again. Dead. Woo. All right, well, I clearly misplayed that, but I'm very happy to report this game has some challenge, and I enjoy it. It's very, very interesting, and it feels exactly like it's described. You're growing your guys up, your religion up from the very ground. It feels like that. The game just feels very beautiful to me. God no more. The holy butter commands into the void. Well, fare ye well, butter boys. The holy butter is a beetle star. I do love the transitions, the music, oh, everything, little animations everywhere. Look at all the followers running and stuff. Isn't that cool? 167. Your religion, war given to savagery. Well, I'm actually really interested to play more, to be entirely honest. And that is it for Godhood. If you guys are new to the channel and you want to check out some gameplay series, we're currently working on the RimWorld Doofy Dwarfs narrative, which is pretty exciting. Also, if you want to hop onto our Discord, where we talk about various games we're playing, things that are going on, strategies, and just generally have a good time, link in the description down below. And one last time, today is Survival Sunday at twitch.tv/Xwynns, where Bravo and I are desperately trying to stay alive in the brand new, released just yesterday, stable Alpha 18 patch. Hope to see you guys there, and we'll see you soon. Such a beautiful game. Not too bad. Boom! Okay, all I need them to do... Yes, boys! Dominated with skill. Okay.